Hi Pisces, how are you? I'm so happy to see you. Hey, we are just going to check into your 777 portal messages. This huge portal of ascension has one major eye of 7-7, but then a few more to back it up for 716 and 725. Now in Psalm 119, all the Hebraic alphabet, it is also major arcana in tarot, which is why I'm so passionate on teaching this gematria in tarot to you. The first eye is the Aleph, the Fool card, the overall leap of faith. But what happens if our first eye doesn't project sight clearly, positively? Then the rest of our vision is going to be negative. And that door of 716, the Lover's card, the Zine, what's going to be able to split ourselves from this ascension of Old Testament to New Testament, will also be produced later in that next last door, the Ein, the Devil card itself, what ultimately needs to die on the day of 725. 25 and 16 both lead back to 7. So let's see what this overall ascension is for. Jehovah, let's take the stage here and give Pisces this energy here. The Chariot. Oh, well, Pisces, first off, I just want to give you a really big hug. I feel as if you're under so much pressure. I feel as if you're not allowing these new internal changes to be made because you're not accepting them. 111. The Chariot is 7 here, and in Psalm 119, it is the het, it is the fence. It is the way that the energy can be held sturdily within. 1, 2, 3. And if within is not being held sturdy, it's only going to explode out, right? So this house of communication here, honey, you're not clearly talking to yourself. You're not treating yourself well. You're not allowing these true self behaviors to overcome these old past self-harm behaviors. This is also the body of Christ here, and I feel as if you're having a very hard time believing that God is in your favor. It's hard for you to accept Jesus because how would you accept Jesus when God does nothing for you? But honey, you're not doing anything for yourself by being in this posture. When you decide to negatively polarize yourself, when you decide that, oh, you're not good enough, you don't know what you're doing, honey, because the negative powers below, because there's not an as above yet, or there's not an as within and so without. It's only below. So let's go back to that root, that main eye. When that's only below, nothing else is going to be able to grow and sprout for you. Nothing else is going to be able to ascend and divide from you, because that Lover's card is to divide. Luke 12:49, he speaks of how I bring you division. I don't bring you peace. I bring you division because it's not peaceful what you are putting yourself through, which is exactly what's going on here. This also is the house of communication, honey. That throat chakra is here, and you're not allowing yourself to bloom and really know what's truthful here because of this heart chakra blockage. Honey, you need to come home to yourself and just realize that this pain inside of you is no longer yours to bear. It's very much generational. It's very much by all your ex-partners that you continue to resonate and attract because you yourself are so low on the inside. I'm sorry if that hurts, Pisces. That's why I want to give you a huge hug. But sometimes we have to remember that we need to hear these things in order to move on and better ourselves, honey. And the caterpillar even trusts the process. And what happens after that? The dark night of the soul is ripped away, and then they're able to rip their wings apart as the true inner children that they are. Exactly, Lord. Thank you. Pisces, here's this communication energy. And look, you're not coming up as an Ace of Swords or a 3 of Swords or a 5 of Swords that's so mentally confucked. You are coming up as a Knight of Swords or a Knightess. Okay, 333. We're adults. You guys flip the energies. However, you are still a child of God. We have the divine feminine, the inner girl, and the divine masculine, the inner boy. If the inner boy is what is being represented at, that inner girl is on the inside. You are deciding to finally act upon things. And this is all mental. This is internal energy. This is spots. This is how we are able to, you know what? I'm so tired. My Chariot's just out of gas. I can't afford the $6 a gallon anyway. I don't want to walk that far. And I don't know what to do, Lord. This is my thoughts. I'm so mentally anxiety. I'm not able to think clearly. I'm not able to have hope that things are going to move forward. I'm not going to be able to stand up in truth because I'm just so tired. My body is tired. I don't want to be anyone else's emotional punching bag anymore. I'm trying so hard to not have the weight of my parents' wishes on my shoulder, even though they didn't do those wishes themselves. Why is it up to me? 432 there, the descension. 432. I love that. That brings in your Emperor, your Empress, and your High Priestess, your true intuition, divided 3 times, honey. Those 3 eyes. He's just telling you, look, Pisces, all you got to do is speak the truth. And this is internal energy. It's just on the 5D, sweetheart. That's all you got to do is, you know what? I am tired. I am tired and I can't do this alone. I don't want to feel what they feel, and I need to hold myself away from it. I don't want to be partial. I need to be impartial, because if I'm not going to be impartial, that means I'm being impatient. And when I'm impatient, I'm holding on to negative qualities and negative self-harm behaviors that are not going to help me move forward in truth, that are not going to help me operate out of my true self behaviors, that are only going to honor me and honor me first. And that's why this body of Christ needs to come in, honey. When you accept Jesus, he is just like you, saying, you know what, I'm going to hang myself up on the cross and I'm going to be done with it. They don't know what they're doing because they're not in control, but I'm going to be in control, and I'm going to be able to state what it is that I want. And after I die, my Old Testament's going to be shed away. I'm going to be relieving all of this because of the revelations that are coming, and it's going to be held with new power, new truth, new power of love, when the power of fear used to be there. So then that's going to go away, because you're going to ascend into the Queen and the King, and then your body of Christ is going to come back, and you're going to be able to be in control. You're going to be able to sit there and say, you know what? You've lost your area of control. Why are you still trying to control mine? And if you've lost your control, then that tells me that you are not in control to even make good advice and decisions for myself. This also tells me that if I'm validating my area of control on your area of control, that I've also lost my area of control. So having the nerve to exist around these people and their behaviors, honey, it's only going to take you down further. You feel this strife, you feel these vibrations ascending and descending, because it is your true self trying to speak to you. That house of communication is here. We talked about it. So as your heart chakra is blocked, these true emotions that you feel, once you release them and accept them, your throat chakra is going to open, okay? And you're going to be able to sit there and say, you know what? This is my truth. This is how I feel about it. I'm going to act upon it, but all I got to do is just speak it and see it clearly and know it. And then the 3D will happen. Let's see what else is here, Lord. Oh my goodness. I love this energy so much, because it's just true spiritual awakening at its finest, without it being the whole Kundalini and demonic outcasting like I had to go through. But it's just really this true ascension levels in one big spectrum. One big spectrum, one big topic, one big reasoning, one big boundary. But that one big has a whole bunch of little to overcome. Let's see here. Ace of Cups. See, honey, your body of Christ is upside down. And if your body of Christ is upside down, then isn't your heart too? And if your heart's upside down, then your mental state is not going to be operating on the same posture either. And if your heart and your mind don't work together, then your soul ain't going to work in your favor either. Look what happens when you can ascend and operate in that right posture. You're going to have that house of communication, your feminine powerhouse of your throat chakra, your third eye, and your crown, your know, are going to be able to open up and be on the opposite side of that truth for you to always work in your favor. And then he's going to be able to overflow your heart. Your heart's always going to be full because it has to overflow. And guess who benefits from that, honey? Not them. Just you. Just you and only you. Who's going through that suffering? Just you and only you. Who's in charge of not suffering anymore? You and only you. Let's get the bottom of the deck. 8 of Swords. See, it's just time to allow yourself to think through clearly. And it's really just easy, as simply as I can put it. I came from this anxiety state of mind. I came from 6 to 9 panic attacks a day because I was not in control. And all I do now is like, you know what? I'm going to reflect on how my energy felt before this emotional reaction started, or this mental infraction. And then I'm going to reflect on it after. And how did I feel before? How do I feel after? And how, when, and what I felt will help me make that right decision, which is why this is negative, because it's not going to be something that's going to keep you disillusioned. You're going to be able to work through it because you have the will, because you have the strength, because you're going to accept Jesus. And when you accept Jesus, to allow this to remove for you, you're also going to accept the Father, which is like a 2-for-1 deal, which you're also going to be getting with yourself, the inside and the outside. If he's a 2-for-1 deal, then so are you. So why not give yourself the opportunity to benefit from more of what you already have? The capable powers. 6 of Wands. There's your victory right there, honey. Let's get a love and light message here. Pisces, I love you so much, and I hate that you're suffering. But you don't have to suffer. You really don't. It's this one, he said. Take care of the little things. Shut up. We talked about that one big thing, but take care of the little things. The river of God has plenty of water, Pisces. It provides a bountiful harvest of grain, for you have ordered it so. It is up to you, sweetheart, how to communicate. Psalm 65:9. I love you. Wounds into light. Such beautiful energy. Wow.